our favorite team, the New York Jets, visiting the Denver Broncos. Broncos are 2.5-point favorites. The Broncos defense, I just gave you the stat about the Vikings. The Broncos defense has allowed the highest completion percentage all time through 4 games. Meanwhile, we have to be asking ourselves, did the Jets see something with Zach Wilson they think they can replicate against the defense like this? I feel like we're at peak Jets. We can, and like, I know it's hard to take the Broncos because we might be at peak Broncos too, but the Broncos might be the right side here.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, this number's too short. If it was 3.5, I would have loved the Jets. That would have been a great number. Another time to fade this Broncos team over a field goal. That would have been great, but it's not. Like, people are now in on Zach Wilson. They're thinking what you're thinking, which is like, well, if he can do it against the Chiefs, such a great defense, surely he'll be able to pass and do well against this terrible defense on the Denver. And it's like, NFL don't work that way. Like, one game you got, the next game you don't. That's what makes so hard the quarterback position. It's like all these guys are uber talented and great athletes. It's week to week consistency. That's the hardest thing in the NFL. It's like to be consistent week to week. Such a letdown spot for this Jets team. Like, that was, I felt like they put everything into that Chiefs game. It was right there. I mean, that guy, I think it was a punt, right? It was 2020. They punted it. This guy had one man to beat, and he tripped up for this Jets team. They'd end up not scoring or winning that game. And it was like, it was all there for that team. On the flip side, Denver, even if you're scared off by this defense, it's Russell Wilson that's making me feel okay taking this number, Chad. Like, this guy has been playing really well in this Sean Payton offense, and he's not doing the stupid shit he was doing last year. Like, it's night and day seeing what he did last year to this year, where if it's not there, he's not going to just force it. You either use his legs, he'll throw it out of bounds, or take the easy check down instead of forcing and turn the ball over, which he couldn't stop doing last year. So I've loved what I've seen from Russ this year. It's none of the blame I put on him for what Denver start. It's all been about their defense. So totally fair if you're hesitant, because Denver has one of the worst. I mean, Chad just told you they have one of the worst defenses ever statistically. But Russell Wilson makes me feel confident taking this one. Like, I'm getting Russ against Zach Wilson. Pretty comparable teams, right? I mean, I'd give the Jets a little bit of an edge just because their defense is that much better of a unit, but not that much difference to make it under a field goal. So I get it. Public's going to come in on this Jets team. They're going to be hyped up about this Zach Wilson stuff, but I got to just fade that noise and take what I think is the better quarterback right now, and Russell Wilson under a field goal at home.
It's so interesting because Russell Wilson, we expected him to be better with Sean Payton. No one expected this defense to be nearly as historically bad as it has been. And that's been their biggest issue. Russell Wilson, just like in the first couple of games in the first half, like they even made adjustments off of that. But this defense can't stop anybody. It's
crazy.
It's going to be a hard one for us to make.